actually. Let's get it started. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man, MrOgDfs, and this is my slate breakdown for Monday, December 23rd, 2019, 2 days before Christmas. It's just coming up upon us. 2019 has just flown, and it's a blessing. We're going to be headed into a 2020, a new year. So just want to say, happy holidays to everyone, and let's get into this slate breakdown. Okay, so at top, we got Trae Young. He's $10,300 going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. When you look at Trae, last time out, 63 fantasy points against the Brooklyn Nets. So he's been performing very well as of late. GPP perspective, you definitely want to throw him in there. I mean, Cleveland is 30th against the point guard position, so definitely like Trae Young today. Russell Westbrook going up against Sacramento, 9,600. Sacramento's 15th against the point guard position. Russell Westbrook, a beast. So that's a late game. Definitely would look at taking some Russell Westbrook. Dame Lillard going up against New Orleans, another easy matchup. Up top, these point guards looks like a lot of easy matchups up top. Dame can come up big. I know he's definitely been hitting value, and I know Melo may be back. That's something to look at, too, in terms of Kent Bazemore today. Kyle Lowry, 8,400. Kyle Lowry putting up great numbers today, going up against Indiana. They are 10th against point guard position, tougher matchup on the road. So, Kyle Lowry, to me, with all of, good value at point guard, he's someone you could still, take, but I'm personally may lean to other players today, like Ben Simmons, 7,900 hit value, 46 fantasy points against Washington, definitely exceeded value. He only took 10 shots, 11 assists. He's doing well. So at that price point, if he's going to stay at 7,900, you definitely want to keep playing Ben Simmons. Dropping down, De'Aaron Fox, he is only just 6,700, and Fox started last game 29 minutes. The minutes are ramping up. The 2 minutes he was at about 30. He exceeded value. So De'Aaron Fox is about to have an explosion game soon. So if you're playing GPPs against Houston, I really like pretty much most of Sacramento. I love Fox. I love Rashawn Holmes, his price. Even your boy Bagley, they raised his price to $6K. It was just $4,700. They raised it, but I think he about to explode as well. So with that pricing, if you like Sacramento, definitely take stabs at them today. Jeff T, still 5,500. Good matchup against Golden State. 38 fantasy points. He did produce. He's a volatile play, but in GPP, Jeff T, if you want to come back off that good performance, I definitely like him at 55. Elf, 5,200, going up against, I like the Knicks today too, going up against Washington. Elf Payton, 37 fantasy points. When he gets the run and he starts, he's a monster. So look at, if he starts again, it looks like they're gonna probably keep him there. And then look at Goran Dragic at 51, 32 fantasy points in just 24 minutes. Last game against the Knicks coming back. So I like Goran Dragic in that range around 5K. Shabazz Napier as well. If he's gonna be getting the run, I definitely like Shabazz, to do well today. And hold on one moment. There we go. Okay, so I definitely like Shabazz Napier. Oh, bring it down again. Hold on one moment. There we go. And he put up 34 fantasy points last time against Portland. So if he's going to keep getting run at that price, like the pricing is awesome today on FanDuel. You definitely should be playing on FanDuel. And then Lonzo Ball, just 4,700. He's underpriced. Ish Smith with Isaiah Thomas being suspended for the 2 games for confronting the fan. Seemed very respectful, but the NBA still did what they had to do. Ish Smith at 4,500, I definitely love him today. He's underpriced considering what his role will be today. The Knicks 26 against the point guard position. DJ Augustine with Carter Williams being out will get more run. 32 and 36, 2 of his last 3. Struggled a little bit against Portland, and the result, they lowered his price. So Augustine is definitely a good play as well. Derek White, 4,000. 2 out of his last 3, he's exceeded value, but I definitely like Derek White today. And so it's just so much value at the point guard position today. So we'll go ahead and move to shooting guard. A shooting guard up top, we got James Harden, just 12,100, 63 fantasy points last time against Phoenix. Another type of similar matchup going up against Sacramento today. I could see Harden putting up 80 today, against the Kings. So love James Harden. Bradley Beal, so much run, man. He's getting so many minutes, and now he's getting more consistent with production where he's just crushing value. 3 of the last 4, almost 60 fantasy points last time against Philly. His price only went up $100, so you gotta love Bradley Beal. D'Angelo Russell, great matchup against Minnesota, and he's gaining consistency. His last 2, 45 and 41 fantasy points. So if it's a game where he's getting more than 32 minutes and they give him full run, 35 minutes type deal or up, oh man, D-Lo, 8,300. And then Andrew Wiggins, Golden State. I think this is a favorable matchup. Put up 45 last time against Portland. With Cat, with his status, whether he plays or not, I still like Wiggins today. And also CJ McCollum, 7,200, crushing value. His last 4 games, exceeding value. I love CJ today. Great matchup against New Orleans. Booker still underpriced. Denver is number 1 against shooting guard position. Dropping down, I kind of like RJ Barrett today. He had a game where he had 28 against Milwaukee. I think that's pretty good going up against the Bucks considering his inconsistency this year. So going in to the game against Washington, RJ Barrett, 5,500 could be a great play. He can get you over 40. Kevin Huerter, 5,400, has been, exceeding value his last 3 games, up to 35 minutes. If he's going to be getting 35 minutes a game, Kevin Huerter is underpriced. When you drop down, Damian Lee, he is just 4,300. He's getting now, it looks like, 30, almost 35 minutes, 2 of his last 3, and he's crushing value. So Damian Lee is definitely a strong play today if you want to pay down at shooting guard. And then also Elie Okobo, because that's why I didn't mention Rubio. Look at Okobo, his last 3. He's killing value. So if Rubio is out, you definitely want to go. Okobo, Damian Lee looks like a great low price, opt to low price guys at shooting guard. So that's my shooting guard breakdown for today. Moving to small forward, we got Tobias Harris, who I like, at 6,800. Last time 30 minutes against Washington, put up 35 fantasy points. It'll be a contesting game in Detroit. That's a Tobias Harris type game. I could see him doing well against the Pistons today. And also Brandon Ingram. If you look at his shot chart, he's taking tremendous amount of shots. 17, 22, 23. All Brandon Ingram get. The one time he got over 10 field goals, he made 12 against Minnesota. He got 55 fantasy points. So that's the thing with Ingram. He's due for a game where he's going to make a lot of shots. So when he has that game, you want to be on him. But I think in this slate, I think you can drop down. Jonathan Isaac, when he's under 6K, I love Jonathan Isaac under 6K. 29, almost 30 fantasy points, hit value against Portland. They're 21st against small forward. Definitely look at Isaac. Also, who I like a little bit better, GPP, I say they both, it's close. But Alec Burks, 5,600, 43 fantasy points against the Pels last time. And he looks like a great value, especially for that late game. You would want to look to go there. Hunter, I knew he would bounce back. That Utah game was tough. He had got like 2 quick fouls early, so he didn't really have a chance. They put Bembry in, and it was just over. He bounced back 38 minutes. He must have knew, don't foul. And he didn't, and got exceeded value. So DeAndre Hunter today, I definitely like against Cleveland. Bazemore, especially with Melo out, provides the most intrigue. 37 fantasy points, figured it out last time against Minnesota. So Bazemore is solid. TJ Warren still cheap, going up against Toronto. 26 minutes, tough against Milwaukee. He'll bounce back against Toronto. They're 22nd against small forward, and they've been kind of depleted as of late. And that it looks like to me at this point. Oh, Chetty Osman, you want to throw him out there because if he gets the run, he's good. But he going against Atlanta, and I believe he's had some good performances in the past. And that's it at the moment at small forward. Power forward up top, Bam Adebayo, 8,600. I think he bounces back from his performance against New York Knicks, against Utah at home. They'll definitely need him going up against Rudy Gobert, where I could see Gobert and either or both doing well tonight, going up against each other. Sabonis had a little issue with some hip soreness after yesterday's game. I think he'll play. I'm sure he can play through the pain, but it'll definitely be a tougher matchup because they do got Boucher and Serge down low. He gonna have some competition, so you may on the back-to-back try to see if you can look elsewhere. Serge is in play, but who I like even more is LaMarcus Aldridge. 2 of the last 3, 49, and then against the Clippers, it got out of hand, so they stopped running him. If it would have stayed closer, I think he would have been more in play. So he's going to bounce back today against Memphis. And Kevin Love, he's getting more run, 28 to 32 minutes, 46, 36, going up against Atlanta. Favorable matchup. I like Kevin Love. Even with Bagley Price being raised, he's still hitting value. I think he's about to have a smash game. I think FanDuel knows that. One guy that's underpriced who might have a big game today is Derek Favors. It's a big slate, lot of games, so I want to get everybody in I can. Favors, 27 minutes. He ramped up. I think his mom. Sorry to hear about his mom passing away. I believe rest in peace, his mom and stuff. But Derek Favors at 5,500 could definitely have a big game today against Portland. I can really, really see that happening. He's a monster down low if he gonna get that many minutes. Rashawn Holmes is still underpriced. I could see you doing some Holmes with Favors, with a Bagley, or take, with some K. Like, it is so many options today. Even B. Halitza's in play. If Holmes getting us into foul trouble or anything goes, I think B. Halitza could, smash value. He's already almost hitting it. So Jabari Parker's price got dropped to 4,700. Now he's the new Marvin Bagley today. It is crazy, man. Like, just 15 minutes against Brooklyn, but if he starts off hot, he can play as many minutes as he wants because he's Jabari Parker. So that's cool. Royce O'Neal's like a solid play. He's getting the minutes now. 32 to 35, 27 points, 3 of those 4 games. So Royce O'Neal's definitely in play. Rondé Hollis, you still got a shout out to Toronto forwards, power forwards with Hollis Jefferson and Chris Boucher. Boucher last time figured it out. That's why I think he's probably the more solid one, because Indiana play good. They try to play down low. So Chris Boucher may be called upon to do big things again now that they see that he gets it. So 46 fantasy points. He may be one of the biggest chalks of the day. I want to say on Gafford, when he finally gets a start, man, watch out for him, because Daniel Gafford is really starting to play better. So at the center position, Joel Embiid going up against Drummond. They're both in 9,700 for Embiid, 9,400 for Drummond. I think that's going to be a contest. That'll be a game to actually watch. Jokic going up against Phoenix, sweet matchup for Nikola Jokic. struggled against, the Lakers, who's not. I mean, the Lakers, one of the best front court teams in the league. So he did his best he could. I mean, the Joker tried. He'll do a lot better today against the Phoenix team, who's been hurting with injuries and guys being having tags every day coming in. So I like that. Whiteside going up against New Orleans, man, he could go crazy. 7 blocks, 5 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 back. He's just getting tons of blocks that really enhances his fantasy production. So Son Whiteside looks good. And then once again, Rudy Gobert going up against Miami. He's been exceeding value. It is just so many guys today to where they're pricing where you can get you a 350 or better lineup in terms of scoring pretty easily. Like that the way they got this pricing today, it might be a 420, 425 that's going to win it. Like, so you definitely just try your best to get your lineup scores as high as possible in that regard. So let's move on with center. Kyle Stein, 4,800, played against New Orleans. He's hitting value every time at that price, 4,800. He's way too underpriced against Minnesota, who may or may not have Cat. Then look at Alex Lynn came back, 45 last time. Like, it is amazing. Gorgie Ding, if Cat doesn't play, he figured it out with 40 fantasy points last time. Going up against Golden State. Poito's been getting blocks every time. So even though he only played, 15 minutes both times, he's killing value at that rate. So Mason Plumlee, if it's not Jokic, it's going to be Plumlee today. So you probably want to go both ways and take some lineups either way there. Bobby Portis going up against his former team. Oh, man. Portis 25. If he gonna keep getting 25 minutes and then they going against Washington today, you probably will, man. You might want to lock Portis in as well. This is an amazing slate. Like, they have made the pricing very cool and competitive on FanDuel. I like how they got the pricing today. So, in terms of strategy, I think for today, definitely the mix is just, mix in some of these high-profile up-top guards who are crushing matchups today. But then, if you want to pivot mid-tier, I mean, you got guys, like I said, with the De'Aaron Foxes that still, it's just so much, so many Elf Paytons, like guys that still have tremendous upside who are underpriced up top and down low today. So, good luck. It's your man, MrOgDfs. Happy holidays to everybody. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful and a blessed day. Peace.